by the fire gave the tale of 5 steadfast adventurers as they explore the mysterious isles of Doctor. Join us on the Swordcast Adventures.
Hello, listeners! Long time no see. It's felt like it's been forever. Well, here, let me catch you up. Our wonderful adventuring companions have made a name for themselves upon the islands of Dakator. They've found friends within the Iron Shield pub and around that. They have found information that they may not have wanted to know but needed to. And they've also found a fight worth fighting for. So, we find them now upon the open sea, Captain Silence helming the harp, and they travel towards the Vale. Welcome back, listeners. We have much adventuring to do. So guys, after all of this, after all of that fighting that you've just gone through, you find yourself a day into this travel upon the sea. Grimtuck, your sea legs come back to you almost instantaneously. It feels like home. Everyone else, it doesn't sit unwell with you, but it's definitely a new occurrence. Maybe Elduin finds it a little more natural, being that you are a regular traveler. Amelia, I would say it comes pretty naturally, but you're not totally.
Who fucking knows?
Yeah, I don't think I even know, and I'm the DM. We'll see. But you find yourself all upon the ocean, heading towards what has been called Centaur, another island in this chain. Silence, the captain, as well as her crew, her small crew. This is a decently sized boat, but you see about 6 people, 7 in total, manning this whole ship. They seem to have it well. You know the 3 people you met, Silence, as well as
I haven't met them. Who's Do-Do-Do?
Do-Do-Do? You didn't meet Do-Do-Do?
No.
Where the fuck were you? No, you met Silence, the captain. You met Hawk, the navigator, the tabaxi, as well as Baldric Dundragon, the wizard, who was the one to start the ship. There are also 3 other crew members running around, but all of them seem to be keeping to their business. None seem to really be, though interacting with you here and there, not really pushing to learn too much about you. But as once again the sun rises on the day, and it shines across the ocean waters, showing a decently even waves around you. Nothing is crashing up against. No storms on the horizon. You find yourself on deck. What are you all doing?
Elduin would definitely be just like playing with Teak and the wind, using the gust spell to like play with the breeze a little bit.
Okay. Word?
Grimtuck, I think, would be at the fore of the ship, the front. That's
Mm-hmm.
the fore, right? Yeah. Just with his cloak on, sitting cross-legged, a la Conan at the beginning scenes.
Word. Word.
Just staring off into the distance.
What is best in life?
To crush your enemies.
Mm.
See them driven before you.
Yep.
And there's something about lamentations of the women's. It was tough to say.
Laminating of the
Yeah, there was
women's.
laminating something. Arnold's English wasn't great back then.
Okay, word. So you sit there. Again, no one seems to really bother you as you sit there in thought. Ahead of you, as you are in the front, Grimtuck, you see ocean all around. Almost nothing. You do notice here and there, off in the very far distance, especially with your eyes, you notice small rocky outcroppings well off to the other side. You also notice around there seems to be like small protrusions, maybe like reefs, things like that. But the deft hands of Silence seem to dodge around them easily.
Does it seem like it would be a treacherous sea to sail if you weren't familiar with it?
It could be without the right eyes upon it, but here it seems pretty mellow. Amelia, what are you doing?
If Grimtuck's at the front, Amelia would probably be at the back of the boat.
Got it.
By herself, as she did not sleep. She would probably just be posted up on the back railing, just kind of like flipping through her book, going through her notes and studying her book while just kind of taking in the ocean that they're leaving behind them.
Excellent. And by this point, especially a day in, nothing sits behind you but ocean. You've well passed away from the main island of Dakator. Metolius?
Metolius would begin his morning in prayer and worship to Maliki, and would prepare his spells. And then he would help out as best he could around the boat where needed, with his limited sailing experience, but he is definitely trying to
You're able to ask.
be a helpful person.
Direction is given, so it's not out of the norm to see someone like help you through that.
All right.
And let you know like where and what is needed.
Yeah, I hoist ropes and stuff, and whatever they ask of me.
Excellent. And Rain?
Well, I'm definitely not like super easy on the sea. I'm not really used to being on the water, so I might be staying kind of away from the edge, and I do have my water walking ring on, because like the original boat trip over was pretty much my first boat trip ever.
It was Metolius's as well.
Yeah. So I'm not the easiest on the water, but also I would as well like be helping where I can. Like as the day continues, if there would be like any drinking or gambling happening, I would like get on that boat. But outside of that,
you're already on a boat.
I'm already on a boat. Outside of that, just trying to deal with being on the ocean.
Got it.
Pretty much.
Word. So, as the day progresses, if no one specifically wants to do anything, you find that Silence, Emilia. Let's not get confused again.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna do Silence.
Just silence, please. Yes.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Okay. Silence. Take some time. You don't see her kind of fully return to her post for a little bit now. But once she does, she kind of wakes up and comes out after what seems to be probably a decent breakfast. And she sees, as she makes it to her post upon the helm of the ship, she takes over from one of the individuals that just the ship hands, and you hear her go, "Arvid, thank you. Please take a rest. Go sleep. It's my turn now." And you hear this kind of gruff-looking man, human, probably, no real markings of anything else. You see him definitely has like some scarring over there, and he's definitely hard cut by his travels and things. And he goes, "Not a problem, Captain." And he leaves and walks off. And then as she takes the helm and you see her kind of peer out, and this calm goes over her as she stares out across the bow of the ship, across the front, and out to the ocean in front of her, as it just seems natural. It comes to her like that. And you hear her stop for a moment as she like takes the wheel and spins it a bit and catches it, and she calls back to you, Amelia, being that you're effectively about 25 feet behind her, and she goes, it's a better view this way. Looking back just never leads to anything fun.
Yes, I can see that being true. But looking back can also be a good thing. Remembering what one has done, where one's come from.
Always having reasons, don't you, my dear? Well, if you happen to want to know what's ahead of us, you can always feel free to ask.
It's Sintar, right?
You're not
That's where we're headed.
wrong. Yes, but within the day we get to go to the exciting parts, such as the Widow's Veil. That certainly would be a travel. Also, if you all tag along long enough, we could always see other parts. We could go to down to Uritonto, maybe a trip to Falconport, or I know, if I'm not mistaken, your green friend really wishes to go to Ocean Shade, though I can't fathom why.
Yes, he has spoken quite a bit about that. I'm not sure what it's like, but who knows? Maybe he'll fit in.
He seems like he would. But so, remind me again. Other than obviously saving my hide and my ship, why are you traveling so far away from the mainland?
Honestly, we're trying to find the answer to that question. We're told that answer lies on this island.
Well, thank the gods it gets you away from the Etterwines. That's the important part.
It seems not many people are very fond of them, especially their armies. They seem to do what they want and don't really seem to have any regard for their people.
When you control almost 90%, if not more, of this small of a landmass, you throw your weight around, and that has been a thorn in our sides for quite a while now.
How long? How long have they ruled over these islands?
Generations.
Have they always been this bad?
There's talks of not, but at least from where my parents have told me, no, they've always been this bad. But who's to say if they always started this way, or maybe we just have a skewed vision? No, sorry, that's not true. No, as far as I've seen, as far as I've lived, they have been nothing but cruel and villainous. They put on this front, and granted, you all have seen beyond the veil. Very rarely will they show their true colors like that if they believe they could hide it. Places like Morbeach, that was an incursion. That was a takeover.
But why us? Why did they not hide from us like they do from the others?
I fear it's more right place, right time. Not if... I mean... Did... Yeah. If I'm not exactly sure how you all were involved with them before. Not particularly.
I'm not quite sure either. I joined up with the rest of them after they had apparently been under the employ of Cassandra. Apparently it didn't go well.
She kind of takes a moment and breathes. Obviously it did not. Generally speaking, a person's head is not needed if they are a good employee. Which is, but at least in the ways of my family and the people I work for, if the Edwines want your head, then you're good with us.
That is good to know. All I know is that somebody here has possibly something that they're after. And they seem to want it very badly.
Well, here's to hoping they don't know where it is. And you see her kind of take a moment, and you see her lift up this very heavy twine, almost thick, like probably like 4 inches in diameter, and she kind of buckles it over the wheel, and you see it hold tightly as it keeps the wheel straight, and she seems to start to walk off, and she goes, "You probably should come. I'd love to discuss with all of you together and see what comes next."
She follows her. Amelia follows her.
As she starts walking down, I would also say you all haven't seen Belnier today. He has made an appearance this morning.
Okay.
But again, he seemed to be in his cot like bright and early when you all woke up, or whoever was down below and woke up. But he hasn't made it to the main deck yet.
What time of day is it?
It's probably about, by this point, probably 8 or 9.
And how long have we been on the sea? At this
About a
point?
day.
A day. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grimchuck wouldn't have ever
Since
been
the
below
night,
decks yet.
since the night previous, because we fled,
Yeah.
fled under cover of darkness and sailed all night.
So this is our first full
Effectively,
day.
Yeah.
day
Okay.
on the
Cool.
So as Amelia follows Silence, she's gonna say, "Now you've said that they've ruled for generations. Do you know if anybody ruled these parts before them?"
I myself, I've not been one for history lessons as much. There are a few people much older than I that might. Certainly a few people that have that information. They may have, but as far as I know, and as far as anything I've learned, the Edawines have been a family here for a very long time.
I see.
Metolius approaches.
Yeah, you see
the
you
captain.
see Silence start to stroll down and kind of looks over the ship as she does, and you walk up to Silence.
Captain, permission to speak freely.
Being that you're not one of my ship hands, permission granted.
I have knowledge of a spell that could save you a bit of coin on your supplies. I could conjure food and water.
I don't think anyone here would say no.
Do you have containers for 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water?
Yes, yes. I think give me a sec. I'd have to go check, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's how much food and water I can create.
How about let's see what we need first, and see what I have.
It will only be good for the day.
Oh.
So
Sounds like a feast.
It does.
it could suffice for all of our meals.
How about you save that to the end of the night? We have a little party to celebrate.
Oh. I mean, this is like a lot of... How many people are on the boat?
Effectively, including you all, it's 11 people.
With
12. No, with Belnier, it's 12.
Okay, so actually, it's enough to sustain 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24 hours. So I could create it now, and then we could eat on it all day.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I will.
If there's
go-
any left at night, it'd be great for our little gathering.
Yes, it will go. The food will spoil if uneaten after 24 hours, but the water is clean and will not go bad.
Excellent. She kind of snaps her fingers and she goes, "Tip, please go check what we have down for storage, and get Hedda and bring it back up." And you see another kind of grizzled looking, a little bit younger now, long blondish hair kind of tied back in a thick braid, and also a pretty stout looking female, male and female crew members go down, and both of them kind of nod to the captain and run down to the hold and see what they have. So I appreciate that. It's very generous of you, using your skills like that.
I like to pitch in when I can. For the betterment of all.
I didn't expect to have such gracious guests upon my ship. Usually ones travel and stay in the hold so they aren't seen. So it's nice to have people actually enjoy the fruits of this venture.
Yes, well, I mean, I have the means, and if it would bring joy and spread happiness among the crew, then that's good enough for me.
You don't have the ability to create anything a little bit stronger, do you?
Sadly, I do not.
Well, luckily, we always come prepared.
Yes. A truly godlike power, some might say.
But yes, gather everyone. I'd love to see, again, I'd love to hear what you all have to say of what's next.
Very well. Well, I shall cast the spell, and then be along shortly.
The two individuals that ran down seems to start running up with crates and barrels.
Alright. I perform the verbal and somatic components for create food and water.
Great.
And I summon 45 pounds of bland food. Bland but nourishing food.
Oh, just wait till I get there.
And clean. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what to expect. And clean water, yes.
Excellent.
As he's doing that, Amelia will go around and round everybody up.
Okay. And you actually see Silence pull what seems to be like a large table and some chairs out on some just random barrels in the center of the ship. She like sets it up, and chairs are gathered. And
Now full water barrels.
well, now they don't shift.
Yeah.
And she sits down.
Tullius is going to take 2 empty potion vials and fill them both with clean water and stopper them, and put them in his pouch.
Got it.
His belt. And then he will take a seat.
Alduin arrives and takes a seat and takes some food, I guess. I presume there's no servers.
No.
Serve yourself.
Grab a plate and some food and start chowing down. As soon as I taste the blandness of the food, I will use prestidigitation to make it tasty.
Oh, dope. Love it.
Prestidigitate some hot sauce.
Yeah.
Nice.
Some tapatio. A little sriracha.
Yeah. Grimtuck would solemnly stand up and pull his hood back, make his way below deck.
Oh no, on deck.
Oh, I thought we were going below decks.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, it's just right on the main deck.
Well, then he wouldn't go anywhere. He's already in a spot.
Well, she actually she's calling you over to the center. You're at the front.
Okay.
Breaking your whole stoic concentration thing.
He's got a thing going.
Get over here, Grumpy
Yeah.
Pants.
Yeah.
And Rain.
No, I join.
As you all sit down, she kind of brings you around and goes, I am glad to see you're all well. After all of the fighting, I was concerned, but you all seem to have patched any wounds or made yourself comfortable, and that's good. As I was asking Amelia, what is it? I obviously know that you wish to go to Sintar. But what is it that drives you there?
We seek a being close to my god.
Excellent.
A fellow worshipper of the goddess of the forest, known as Elwyn, the unicorn.
And she kind of stops for a second. Oh. Well then, I think we're very much on the same path. I mean,
Of course we are. You have a unicorn adorning your ship.
You're not wrong, but also, there's a bit of. Let me just say, finding the unicorn. Jesus fucking Christ. Jeez. Finding that unicorn.
They found the food.
The seagulls.
Get him!
I can't speak with animals. I ask them to keep it down.
You just see the wizard just throw a firebolt out one after another, and just roast Gull just dropping.
Grimtuck throws the wizard over deck for senselessly killing the animals.
Killed my new friends.
No, it's interesting you say that. I am. Well. And she kind of thinks about it for a second, and you see her eyes kind of go back and forth, and not finding Belnir here. It's like,
Where is Belnir?
I don't know. I haven't seen him all day. He was still in his cot this morning when I left.
Should we be concerned?
Was he injured in a fight?
He was not, but also
I burned down his bar.
It's what I was going to say. I fear his pride or his passion might be injured, being that was his. It was his, and that was kind of all he had. But obviously, he'll understand and he'll get over it, but he might need a few days to recuperate from that kind of a loss.
Perhaps we can give him some sort of restitution at some point.
I don't know if that's totally necessary, but I don't think he would shy away from it.
I think it would be right. Grimtuck is correct. He did burn down his bar.
He'd also
Not
saved
that
his
he
life.
could probably go back at all, but
No. But I figure if we get a few drinks in him tonight, he'll feel better about it.
I think that's a possibility.
So, and she looks at Amelia and it's like, I apologize if this was not common knowledge, but I heard you worked for Cassandra? Or the Edelweins before, correct? How did that happen?
And that is what brought most of us to the island initially. She put out a call for aid, and many of us answered.
Oh.
We did not know what we were getting ourselves into at that point.
What were you doing? What did she ask of you?
She asked us to seek out
Grimtuck just kind of shakes his head a little bit.
I'm gonna roll
She
a
asked us.
perception check.
Okay.
See if I saw that.
Metolius was just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
No. As far as you know, she didn't.
He would just tell her how she hired us to find something for her. I'll give her all the details. Tell her about the gym and the
Whoa. Grimtuck would definitely interrupt there.
Okay.
With like a throat clear, or
No, kind of. Just be like, one hand, with sort of the shrug, like, what are you doing? Like,
What?
are we just gonna tell everyone we meet of what we specifically were doing for the Edelweins?
How about this?
We saved these people from the Edelweins. They are no friends of theirs.
Regardless, what we carry, we don't know the true nature.
That's why we keep it hidden where we do.
Well, if you feel it's best, I think it's unadvisable, but
I don't know. What does the rest of the group think? I'm not Lord Emperor of this party.
I'm still not even clear on what it is that's going on.
No, none of us are clear on what's going on.
Or what you did for them. I've only heard small bits.
we've come this far in the conversation.
Amelia's been with us. Excuse me. Amelia's been with us this long, and not but last night I did tell her that she is truly part of the group, and I think she truly deserves to know.
I agree.
And I trust Silence.
Trust. Fair. Okay. Go right ahead.
Why do you not?
I don't know. Well, Amelia's fine. Silence. How long have we known you?
Just a few days now. How about this? And she kind of pulls aside her
Earmuffs.
collar. Yeah. Puts her hand on her ears. Got it. No, what she does is she kind of takes the collar of her shirt and pulls it down slightly so it shows her collarbone. And you see this
Lewd. Kidding. Come on.
Anyways.
you see this odd scar. It almost looks like a brand of what looks to be a tall peak of a mountain. And around it, kind of this intricate kind of oval circle, like spinning in, almost looking like a wreath. And she goes, this symbol would get me killed anywhere I showed it upon Dakatur, unless I knew exactly who I showed. So, if I offer you this, how about you offer me some information?
That's very fascinating. What is that?
That is proof of my connection to the truth upon the wind.
I see.
Is it a symbol of
It
your organization?
It's a symbol of our organization, as she kind of motions towards the deck below. It's a symbol of the resistance.
Yes, that's the same one Belnia wears.
Reason enough to trust them. Do you trust Maravi?
Well enough. Fine.
I
Grimtuck
wouldn't
will
even trust that old gnome.
reach
That's just
into
me,
the bag of holding.
Oh, we don't have to show it or pull it out.
Too late.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Well, if your arm goes, if you open it and put your arm in it, I will say we don't have to bring it out.
Are you afraid of the gem?
It's the gem.
It could.
There is a gem.
We don't know what magics they have available to them.
No, but it seems to be of some great import. This is a gem that Cassandra herself desired greatly.
It's part of a pair, but the other one we retrieved for her
Interesting.
before we knew something was wrong.
always,
This one we fled with.
I'm always concerned if that witch wants something, especially, generally speaking, something of possible power.
Well, enough to where we were chased by her most trusted sidekick, I guess you would call. Hounded through the land until he fell to my axe to the face.
Side note, this is also the first time you've told her that.
Hmm.
I think so.
His name was Enoch, and he was probably the most annoying person I've ever met. And it was pretty gratifying to be able to murder him.
I'm glad. This is the DM. I'm very glad that that's what you got from that character. He was a fuckboy. He fucking was. I know.
Monkey
He was.
fuckboy. No, not monkey animal.
Whoa.
Monk, as in the class E. Monk-like.
Monk-like fuckboy.
Yeah, monk-like. That's.
Subclassing fuckboy.
God damn it. English, why you gotta do that to me?
No. You see Silence's eyes go cold for a moment as you say his name. You fought Enoch.
I killed Enoch.
We
killed Enoch.
You killed Cassandra's man.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh gods.
He Grimtuck pulls his great axe off of his back and just hands it to her and is like, "Here, you can hold the weapon that cleaned all of his teeth out of his face in one shot."
She kind of looks at you and goes, "No, I'm okay." What?
He signed it himself
Graphic.
with the front part of his brains.
Oh my gosh. Excellent.
What you hold there is the death certificate of one of the bloodiest members of her courtier. That man had the blood of not only hundreds of people just because he chose to, but also my friends and people I have considered family over the course of my life. So to know that he's dead is a great day.
Cause for celebration, then. We can talk about it over all of this. What is this bread stuff? Like, it's kind of, it's like cardboard. It's like we're eating.
I think they call
wood
it
chips.
Satan.
It tastes like a foot. Is what it tastes like.
What would you like it to taste like?
Interesting texture, though, really.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of like water chestnuts, only chewier,
Yeah,
Yep.
and it sort of squeaks in your mouth a little bit.
a little bit.
It's
Kind
not
of like fresh cheese.
It's like oats, but they're a little dry. It's hard to pin down. I mean, I'm full, but fuck, man.
I mean, I ate it, but
I don't know if you could make it taste, I don't know, spicier. Spice it up if you can. Yeah,
Spicy. Sure. Yeah, there you
Take
are.
it up a notch.
I will spice his bread with
the-
prestidigitation.
Take us to Flavor Town, Elf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake up in the morning with frosted tips.
I think Elwyn should be out of the party, guys. I don't like his new haircut.
That'd be whack.
It's gonna be Flavor Island, though.
Caribbean
No.
restaurant.
Let's continue playing Dungeons and
Sorry,
Dragons.
we are. The game is fun.
We're back, guys.
Totally is.
We're
It's
back.
fun.
It feels
Sorry.
good to be back in these chairs.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It burns my mouth in a good way.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah, no, it's great. Thank you. Sorry.
Great.
Anyways, I apologize. It's good food, Bertolius.
I mean, I am aware of how bland it tastes. I wish I could do more. To know that Eldwin can spice it up.
The elf over the. What?
I mean, that is truly this is truly fortuitous.
It's weird, right?
So,
Tis nothing.
Sorry. Anyways, we were talking about murdering Enoch.
We were.
Well, that's one step upon the path of getting rid of these.
tyrants.
That almost sounds too nice to what they are.
There is another
Slavers,
interesting
tyrants.
There's another interesting wrinkle in this. Grimtuck, could you grab the gem that Enoch was holding from the bag?
I do so.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, this is a gem of the means of communication. This gem was used by Enoch to communicate with Cassandra, and if you are, this could be something that is of great use to the Truth and the Wind.
And maybe something
If that has any means of getting back to this woman that is chasing us, I suggest it stay put away.
it's
You
a
can't-
liability.
She kind of looks at you as you hold it in your hands and goes, I have to side with Amelia on that one. If it's some form of communication, generally speaking.
Who knows she hasn't already heard us.
I thought it was.
Enoch's dead.
I thought it was like I thought it was deactivated or something, but
It's a magic room. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. Continue. We'll talk about it in a break.
that's fine. I thought it was deactivated somehow, but then, anyways,
I just grab it from him and
put
put
it back in the
bag.
case.
Better
I
safe than
appreciate-
sorry.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You did identify this item at some point.
So,
I don't think he
I-
identified this item. No,
Oh,
I think you guys
okay.
put it straight into the bag and didn't touch it again.
oh, that's
Oh.
right. Yeah,
We
it was
could
long enough ago that I forgot.
Identify it and find out how it is activated.
Sure.
And
That sounds good. Let's do that in like a padded, quiet room later.
Yes, please do
Yeah.
that in private.
Yeah,
Yeah.
below decks maybe.
lead lined.
I do appreciate
Maybe
I-
underwater.
I do appreciate the thought, and it probably very much
Plane of
would be.
existence.
I worry though that if communication can be held both ways, location is also an issue. So we should find a way to hamper its how it would send a sig.
We
Nope,
could
that's
also
not a
just
word.
cast it to the bottom of the ocean, right now.
that's also an option.
We
That
could do
is
the same
true.
thing with the other gem.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
I mean, if it's
What
one
is
gem
this?
is safe down there and the other isn't.
No, this gem of communication is what I mean.
Oh,
Right.
What is this
Like,
other
if
gem?
we-
if that communicates, what does the other one do?
Eldwin, cast the spell to identify it. He said it was Father's right eye.
It's father's left
Or, sorry,
eye.
Father's left
We were
eye.
searching for father's right eye. Father's left eye.
Nope. We got Father's.
I have father's left eye written down
Right.
on the notes,
But the first one we got was the right eye, right?
and we gave that back to her. That's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Time in. So this is father's
Game
left
on.
eye. In appearance, it looks a grand emerald. It seems to have some primordial nature about it, an essence of air.
Interesting. But, so, right and left combined, do you all have any idea what it does?
I fear, but I do not know.
No.
Odd. I mean, whatever it is, if Cassandra wants it, it can't be good. Nothing that woman wants ever turns out well.
I think that's sort of how we decided to take it.
Well, no. A unicorn told us.
Well, yes. The unicorn did tell us to not trust them as well, but after that, I think that was why we decided to take it.
Yeah, we didn't have a plan. We just left.
Pretty much.
I worry that if you had gone through with whatever this this travel, she kind of puts up her hand, quest that she would have given you,
This journey.
mission, job even. But if you had gone through this, I fear for your lives. She would not have let you live.
What I need to know is, why would she need us? She has armies and fire giants and Enoch, who apparently was a murder machine.
I was
Why?
thinking the same thing.
Why did she need us?
Because we're disposable.
There's nothing that with that fight with Enoch, any of us, you almost died so many times. Any of us could have died. Enoch could have retrieved any of these gems.
I also have a hard time believing that any of the men she sent with Enoch were not disposable,
That's fair.
or any of her lower ranking.
I mean,
We sure made him
Army.
disposable.
I mean, or maybe she just wanted someone who didn't know what it was.
Or maybe she
Or
needed
no way of knowing what it was.
maybe she needed somebody who wasn't of their ilk, somebody of a different bend, somebody not aligned with whatever they are.
I mean, any of those are possibilities. I'm not gonna lie, I've heard tales of her and even her brother gathering anonymous travelers to utilize for whatever means they need. Things like finding items of great power. So if those items are dangerous, she isn't losing one of hers. Instead, she lets whatever.
Mercenaries do her bidding.
She'd rather have someone she doesn't have to care for, or at least someone who isn't on the payroll.
Yes.
I fear it
Die.
all.
Yeah, because we didn't fucking get paid.
Yeah. And she
I
fed
don't
us.
think she was going to pay you, my dear.
I know.
And whatever it is, it all, I feel, ties back into whatever the evil premonitions are that come with this land.
What do you mean?
The weird prophecies, visions, the statues we've been finding. There's a darkness from somewhere else, somewhere beyond, amassing in this land.
She kind of looks very concerned at that note.
I feel it too.
I've seen it.
We
I
don't
was
know,
it.
We don't know what it is, but
But we have all
I
seen
know what
it.
I felt. No, I was it. Or whatever it was.
You were actually it?
Whatever it was, in my vision, I became a part of it.
I mean, I've heard terrible things of them, but I don't know if I expected cavorting with great evils like that.
Is there a history master in your order?
Yes, but they're a ways away from Ostwald.
I see. Well, perhaps.
But there's absolutely... I mean, there are people generations older than I am.
Are they on the island?
What
They are.
what race is she, by the way?
Half elf.
Half elf.
Mhm.
Older than you. I mean, yes. They would. I would imagine that there are some full elves around.
One or two. Most of. You'll just have to see. I don't think I'd want to spoil the surprise.
Well, now my appetite is most wet.
It's not the food.
Truly, I thought these monsters, the Etterwines, only tyrants, slavers. I know they had taken ships worth of people up to one of their strongholds. But to know they're dealing with something, I don't know, visions, monsters. This is not.
We don't know that they're dealing with it.
No.
But you
It's
said
just something we've encountered.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. There's
There are no like childhood boogeyman type tales of blue monsters in this land.
creatures of ice.
I mean,
We also saw the shrine at the top of the mountain. Don't forget
Yeah. Tapestry or whatever, the painting on the wall, not tapestry.
a mural.
Mural, thanks. I don't have those, my people.
We saw 9 stand against 1 and many.
boogeymen. I mean, yes, of course, my parents told me of creatures in the night to keep me in bed, but none of that should be real. But I mean, you speak of creatures of ice, of father's right eye, and
It doesn't make sense to us either.
I know, but I'm more now concerned.
The
Words like that stem closer to those tales than I feel comfortable with.
whatever was the Kenku were being sacrificed to. Some
And there's
creatures of
sacrifices?
the water.
Multiple sacrifices
Regrettably.
Belnir
in different towns.
set us to task.
A man who took children in and sacrificed them to some four-eyed monstrosity. The image of.
She kind of stops for a second, and as she kind of, you see her eyes glaze over for a moment, like she's deep in thought, and she thinks to herself, and she kind of whispers it at first. When father sleeps, the world's warm, but when he wakes, ice is born.
Pardon?
I mean, it was just a nursery rhyme. Something, again, just what you said, the boogeyman. When father sleeps, the world is warm, but as he wakes, ice is born. It's just some simple rhymes my mother used to tell me when I was a child.
Well, that does seem to have some relevance, or at least similarities.
Yes, but when he wakes,
Ice is born.
ice is born.
Is that part of a greater poem, or?
It's been years. I'd have to ask her. I'm not sure.
Is there a name for this tale?
Again, I just remember just from what you were saying, that small rhyme is all I can remember at the moment.
Perhaps it's part of a larger piece,
Could
Yes.
and she just can't remember
It
it.
could
That-
be easily from one of
Yes.
my mother's books.
Yes, that would be interesting. So perhaps a source of further information might just be tales, local stories passed down.
We can ask.
We should ask.
You're definitely going to a place untouched by the Etterwines. From this, as we make it to Centaur, you're going to find truly a free city.
I
Or at least
see.
a free town. So information will not have been taken away or stealed.
Oh,
What protects them?
The veil. It's dangerous. I'm pretty much one of the few people who can actually travel it. Otherwise, well, the turtles help too.
Turtles?
The dragon turtles. There's a nest of them just at the entrance.
We fought them. Or fought some.
You fought with the dragon turtles. Why?
They attacked the ship we were on the way here.
Right before we made landfall at
Right before you
gas kiln.
met the Etowines for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That makes more sense than just having the dragons fight you.
But wait, from what you all have told me, you approached from the opposite side of the island.
Correct. Wait.
What do you mean opposite?
We started in the far.
You started in the southeast and we're heading northwest.
Yes. Yes, I agree. I just wanted to make sure what the opposite of what.
Right.
Maybe they were different turtles.
The dragon turtles we fought, didn't they have riders?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, were they cat people?
That's what
Sort of
Matoli
like-
said.
What?
Sort of like that one, and Metolius motions toward.
Hawk.
Wait,
Hawk.
none of you have said any of this to me.
Yeah.
I sort of had
Thought we
forgotten about it. It was so long ago.
did.
I don't think we
like-
thought it was.
10 days ago or something.
Yeah, right.
I literally
Was
have
it
no
really
idea
10
how much
days
time
ago?
has
No,
passed.
I
it
don't
was-
know how long it was.
It's been about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 weeks ago.
This was a
All
long
right,
time
sorry.
ago.
It's fresher. It would
It's
be
a lot
fresher
of
in my
things that have
character's
gone.
mind.
Yeah, sure. A lot of things have gone on.
We've been preoccupied.
Do you know of these things?
I do not, but
I just don't think I made a connection to that and anything happening now.
if
I
they
suppose the
are-
distance is quite great.
Yes,
I didn't
so
think
if they
about
are
that.
somehow connected, then there's something going on. That's a very large distance.
Or it was a patrol.
A patrol?
I mean, you said they were Tabaxi riders, correct?
Yep.
Well, you're going to meet a very large faction of Tabaxi if you do follow through with your plans. And they have a tendency of working very well with the dragon turtles.
A most
What would they be
curious harmony.
patrolling?
Any help in any oceans that seem to be helping the Etowines. It was the Etowine ship, was it not?
It did.
Yeah.
It did make landfall in their stronghold. In her
I mean-
stronghold.
So as far as
At the time, we were traveling to help the Etterwines.
What's true.
So, yeah.
They bore
any amount of
their colors.
problems they can be given to hinder their progress, whatever it may be,
Harrying your enemy.
they will. And even if it is quite a distance, I've known a couple Tabaxi to ride on these turtles for days at a time.
Interesting.
There's a very large trust between the two factions.
Hmm.
And it has kept my village safe for a very long time.
It seems like quite a bizarre partnership.
Enough is given, enough is gained. Like all dragons, they just want something. And a bit of piracy here and there can give them a lot.
And these Tabaxi, are they part of the truth?
I would say they are the truth. They're what started this all. Certainly they are what keep it together now.
I see. And the unicorn?
A protector of the land.
An alliance with
Absolutely.
the people from. Well,
Good recognize good.
well, if they are allies of the unicorn, then I feel like we have reason to trust them.
I agree.
But others may not share my sentiments.
I feel if you all have met this unicorn and know it by name, you have a very good step in that sense.
It was truly a twist of fate. Our meeting.
Well then, I appreciate you all sitting down. This is a lot to think on, but I'm glad our paths crossed. It seems possibly fate. For now, make yourself at home. Tonight we feast and enjoy. If you need me, though, I'll be in my cabin. I have a few things to work upon.
Grimduck, can you, would you accompany me to identify this gem?
Sure. I mean, want me to describe it to you, or like, what do you mean?
Oh, no. I have a spell.
It's about this big.
It's marvelous. Yes, could I have it, please?
Oh. Then what do you need? Let's
Just
okay.
hand me the backpack.
That's fair. There you go.
Thank you. And I will head below.
Okay.
Do you still need my help? Never mind. That's fine. All right.
Door shutters.
Okay. What else are you all doing?
I'll go back to my spot on the front of the ship.
Got it.
Resume contemplation.
As the remaining three of us sit at the table, I'm just going to kind of look back and forth between Metolius and Rain, and Amelia's going to say, I also don't believe I've heard that you all had visions.
I didn't think.
What kind of visions did you have?
Don't think that we have ever talked about
No.
that.
Just Captain
Honestly,
Obvious
I thought I didn't know anyone else had visions either. I had one.
You all had them.
I mean,
Were they the same?
we didn't know. I saw I saw the creature from the mural, correct? Towering above mountains, walking towards me as I stood in a field, and with it brought night and ice and death.
Did you recognize the field?
No, did I? No. But again, I didn't know anyone else had a vision.
Wasn't aware
As
either.
Metolius looks to Rain, what was yours?
Out of game, I have to look at my old notes, so give me a second. I know there was snow.
Yours was the village.
Right, yeah.
Hiding.
I was on the
Mine was the village, and
mountain in
the
the cold.
creatures were like infiltrating the village, right? That was what was happening with snowing.
I'm gonna forget some details, but yeah.
So I guess we tell you about our visions. But this is the first I knew that anyone else had had them.
I'm also.
But I guess it makes sense because we did all see the statue for the first time.
And touched it.
And I'm just going to say, out of game, we did talk about it.
Yeah, you definitely did.
We
We
did?
all talked about it in game.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah. At the very moment it happened.
Because you had to get Loud Scout to do it. You had to come on. Or no, it was Grimtuck, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was
It was come on, Grimtuck.
Oh yeah, we did talk about it.
That's right. Can we just
Never mind, rewind.
summary recap that for the listeners though? Do you have the Cliff
Here we
Notes
go.
version? Do you have all of ours?
Oh no, I just have mine.
Okay.
I don't have.
So basically,
everyone else's
Rains
visions.
was the one where she was in
Yeah.
the village and it got torn through by all the monsters.
Yeah, and they were transforming others.
Metolius
Into-
was the one
Right.
where
Yeah.
the creature was climbing over the mountain
Mhm.
and you were stuck.
You were the one that was alone on the mountaintop and
Yeah.
like saw an eclipse.
Yeah, and then the eyes came out of the eclipse.
Mhm.
And then
And then
Grimtuck was in the village, but he was the monster.
but he saw
Yeah.
himself run up to him.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Loud Scout was the one in the crag that kind of climbed out.
and
to
there was
find-
an old man,
Sorry. Yes, followed
Yep.
the old man.
an old
Out of the
elven.
Elven
Crag.
Man, yep.
Elven man. Yep, with sharp teeth.
Okay.
It was a long time ago in
No.
real life.
Anyway,
In real life, it was
yeah.
a very
This
Resume.
was like at least a year ago.
Yeah.
Resume table conversation.
Yes.
On the ship. Yes, we did have visions. We neglected to mention that too.
It's rather concerning.
Yes.
Do you know what happened to that statue after you left that town?
It was to be destroyed, I believe.
Well, let's hope that the gods allowed it.
It did seem like some power had left the statue after we had all touched it. I do recall.
I see. And it's only the one time. You haven't had any more?
Visions? No.
Yeah, no, just the ones.
Interesting.
That's also when Rain's memory loss started.
Is that so? I don't think that was definitely
Yeah.
not.
Suppose so.
I'm sorry, Amelia, we weren't
I see.
as forthcoming as with information as I thought we were.
I mean, there's been a lot going on since we met. It's very easy for things to slip through the cracks.
Too busy fleeing a city after starting a tavern fire.
And trying to stay alive.
Yes, so hopefully this next leg of the journey we'll have an opportunity to share more information with you.
I guess so. The more everybody knows and is on the same page, the better we're going to be off.
Agreed.
I agree. That's why I like being open about what we're trying to do, and
But as Grimtuck said, we need to make sure we're around people we trust when we have these discussions. Luckily, right now we're in the middle of the ocean.
And
Right.
it sounds like we're traveling somewhere that
We should be safe, yes.
yeah, we don't have to worry as much.
But if we ever go back to that island,
we will have to keep a
we have
low
to be
profile.
very careful.
I agree. How could we not go back to that island, though?
I still don't even know why the hell I'm all wrapped up in this.
Perhaps you need to speak with your god.
I have tried a few times.
Perhaps you need to speak louder.
Perhaps they just...
The gods are fickle things. I do understand that for sure.
Perhaps they've deemed I don't need to know yet.
Let's see what waits for us on Centaur, and then if we seek further answers, perhaps there are other places to go.
I absolutely agree that Centaur is our next step.
I think there's going to be a lot of clarification.
This conversation
On the
alone
recent
has led me to believe that many of our questions stand the chance of being answered on this island. Even if they can't be answered, then we can be hopefully pointed in a better direction.
That is the hope. But truly the fates have steered us in this direction and this far. So, just have to have a little bit of faith.
Well, unless there's anything else the two of you would think I need to know, there's not a whole lot we can do out here.
Just make do and hope the winds favor us and get us to the Vale quickly. And that silences or whomever's skills can get us through the Vale.
Yep.
As you all kind of part your ways, the day goes on.
I would like to attempt something.
Sure, and yes, we will get to you.
Thinking about Rain's memory loss, is there... I've been thinking about it a lot and racking my brain trying to think of some sort of explanation, and I was wondering if I could have another go at it, basically. I don't know.
Sure.
Just like searching my training and knowledge and seeing if there's anything I could do to help her with this affliction, I guess.
Sure.
What would you like me to roll?
Roll Arcana.
Well, I'm gonna luck the crap out of that.
Not a problem.
10.
10.
Yeah.
An affliction of this sort definitely has a few different varieties of reasoning. There was a very specific moment that you know of, that you obviously made note of when it started. And
That I cured someone of something in the beginning, but I tried it with Rain and...
Sure. Which I would say you grasp from that whatever Rain's malady is a little bit more intense.
Like time-wise in game, when was the last time I lost a chunk of memory? Like how
When you met me, right?
Yeah.
Met Amelia, yeah.
So within the last
3
couple
or
days.
4 days, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So Elduin below decks.
Yeah, go to the Eldwin for a minute.
Yeah.
Come back to me in a few.
Okay.
So I will go to, I guess, my cabin, and in an attempt to be more discreet than I was previously, I will cover it with a blanket basically, and only let a little crack out.
I was gonna say,
Cover it
identi-
with a blanket.
you identify it, and it's a blanket.
Yeah. Just gonna let just a little peep crack through the blankets as I am casting this identify spell. Yeah. Try and maintain minimal contact with it.
Okay. So it takes a second, obviously, and as you kind of go through, you notice a few things. You notice that it seems to be giving off a sense of transmutation.
Transmutation.
And basically, it is a gem that is connected to another gem. It seems to have a twin in that sense, and it is a form of communication between the two. You notice that it.
We do have sending stones.
I have a set of sending stones in
This
my
is
bag.
not a sending stone.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Because sending stones, there's a range.
Oh, okay.
This seems to be, if activated, whoever holds the other gem can be seen almost their full being. So you get, if you want to put outside of this fantastical vision, you get almost a holographic situation.
Got it. Does identify tell me how it is activated?
Usually.
It does. It seems to be something where you are attuned to it, and you're able to activate it by a thought.
I see. So attuned. Okay.
Do both parties have to be attuned for it to work, or can you just do it one way?
It seems to use it, you must be attuned to it.
But
But
to
that usually
receive
means-
messages doesn't necessarily mean.
Exactly.
Well, upon learning that I have to attune with it in order for it to actually function, I will pull the blankets back and just walk up to the surface with it just in my hand and the backpack over my shoulder.
Okay.
I mean, and I will, I don't know, talk to whoever's around and say, it appears that it needs to be attuned. This item needs some connection with its wielder before it functions at all. So, given that it's, oh yeah.
I did not say it all. I said for you to use it.
I mean, somebody else can still be looking through it.
Sorry, I misunderstood that. Then I would put it back in the
Thank
bag.
you. Okay.
Okay.
Before we
That's
start
why-
this,
I
before
was
so
jump-
stressed out for a second.
I keep being
Blood
cavalier with it because I think I understand it, but I
No,
don't
okay.
understand it. It
If
goes
you're-
back in the bag.
If you are attuned to it, you
It
may
goes back
use
in the
it.
bag.
It does not mean that the other person's attuned version, or attuned twin of it, need be, like, both sides do not need to be attuned.
Got it.
I apologize if that was not clear.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go up to the top
Okay.
and
Put it in hit your bag. Got it.
leave it in the bag. Okay. So, is Metolius around?
I believe so.
Metolius is sitting at the table with
On the surface.
Rain,
Mm-hmm.
and he is looking at Rain and thinking about something. But
Metolius, a moment of your time.
oh, what?
Yes. So I spent some time with the gem, and it is indeed a means of communication. It seems that it is two-way, and one must attune in order to see what is on the other side. But I cannot say whether or not it is visible from the other side. Perhaps it would be best to rid ourselves of it.
I think we should throw it in the fucking ocean.
I'm with Rain on this one.
I see. Well,
I mean, I do feel that might be the safest option.
I see.
Whereas I think we might have use for it later. I don't think it's worth the risk. I think we should just dump it.
I'm within earshot 'cause this is all taking place on the deck,
Yeah,
right?
I'd say so.
Yeah,
Grimtuck would look over his shoulder and say,
this is our war room now.
I don't agree. I feel that in the bag, there's nothing to see in there, and we may be able to use it later as a weapon or as something to help us.
I mean, do we know that she can't just locate where it is currently? Like, that she can't track us with it? If
Well,
it's on her if it's in her
Inside the bag of
possession?
holding, it is not technically on this plane.
Alright.
I think to
True.
throw away any tool is a bad idea. I'm just saying this over my shoulder. Put it
It
back in
is
the bag.
identify. Tell him if it works. If it's on different planes.
It explains that it has to be on the same plane.
Okay.
Also, let her come. The dragon turtles will deal with her. There's a reason why she hasn't set out this far.
Actually, you're right.
What's she going to do? If she could have come this far, she would have
She
by
would have
now.
already. You're not wrong.
That
Has she
being
come
that
this
being
far,
said, we don't
Silence?
necessarily want to tell her
Silence isn't
exactly
there.
where we
Oh
are.
yeah, she left.
She's in her
Well,
cabin.
I
Yeah.
will
Oh.
think to ask her that question later, I guess.
It is also unlikely that she would happen to be looking at it at the exact moment at which it was pulled out of the bag.
If she's smart, she's checking it every once in a while.
There are members of our party who are smart, and they would not necessarily be checking everything all the time. It is a time waste.
I think it's just safer to leave it in the bag, and I think it was fine to take it out for the time you had. 10 minutes or so.
Oh, I think it was out for 60 seconds at most when during the conversation earlier.
But then you took it out to identify
Oh,
it,
you're right. That did take it out. And that was ritual, so that's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Was she gonna fucking see an elf under a blanket?
She knows my face.
That's true. I don't think she has any delusions about who has her shit.
There was one soldier who got away. I did not kill them all.
That's true.
When we
Not for lack of
killed
trying.
Enoch. No, not for lack of trying. Would be a different story now.
Metolius and I were just watching and be like, oh, look at him go. Is he gonna get? I don't know. Nope.
Yeah, we were placing bets on whether you would take him out or not.
I see. Well, I did not.
I was rooting for you.
Thank you.
I was
think.
right.
And Grimtuck was right.
I don't remember if that was actually what.
We didn't make bets.
split
We
was.
didn't make actual bets, but I think Metolius was unspokenly rooting for his elf bro.
Yeah. Well, I am of two minds. I think we could. What shall we vote? Get rid of it or keep it for?
I say, I don't know.
Purpose?
It
Keep
seems
it.
risky.
What do you say, Rain?
I mean, I don't know if it's worth the risk.
It's
And-
more of a liability than it is a benefit, I think.
I mean, there might be a time in the future where you regret not having it, but I don't know.
Can you?
I don't know anything about planes or magic, so if you're saying it being in the bag of holding means that she can't see through it, then I'm comfortable keeping it. But if we don't know that for sure, throw it in the fucking ocean.
I think my elven cockiness would probably think I'm pretty sure that it is not. But
Elwin seems confident, and he is the man of these matters, so I think...
Besides, there may come a day that we want to lay a trap, and that stone is the best way to go about getting
or
her
call
where
her
we
up and
want.
talk some mad shit.
I would do it.
just yo, bitch, we killed your homie.
Oh, she knows that much.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, but then you get to smack talk.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah. Elduin didn't say that.
Very
Anyways.
well, let us be on with the day, I suppose.
Amelia, you were quiet. What do you think of this?
It is quite risky, I believe, but if we're confident that it cannot work while it's in that bag, then perhaps it can be useful later.
Yes. Pray we don't lose the bag.
Yes. I mean, we do have other things in that bag that we need,
Quite so.
Oh, by the way,
including the other gem.
It is also a possession of hers, in a way, so that is merit in its own right.
I'm not following.
I believe some magics allow you to locate creatures or spy on creatures from afar.
Oh, I've not heard of these. You must tell me more of these magics.
Just wizard magics I heard about.
Oh, I see. Not
Through
direct
tale.
knowledge.
Oh no, just...
you don't know any wizards. You're lying.
I don't know any personally, but I've read stories of wizards.
Guy I know knows a wizard.
I know many wizards
in the
back
Faerun.
on Evermeet. We are a very sorcerous bunch, us elves.
I guided a wizard or two through the high forest and protected them from the Utgard tribes. So I have known a wizard or two, Grimtuck.
I just like to hear you brag about stuff.
See how knowledgeable I am about
This
the
is now a
place I come
competition.
from?
Who's seen more wizards?
Yeah, wizard off. Not me, but a
Collect
guy,
them. They're like Pokemon.
guy I know saw a wizard.
Got to see them all.
Yeah. There's
My
one who's
roommates,
invisible, but I'm pretty sure he
sisters,
was there.
cousins.
Best
What does that
friend.
make you?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a roommate with
Anyways.
a wizard. That's a servant. He was a servant to a wizard. That's not a roommate.
Anyways, all right.
Right.
Very well. We
I
will
want
keep it for now.
Yes, just keep it in the bag.
All right. Here you go.
Hands the bag. I take the bag of holding back.
Rain, how's your memory been?
I mean, as far as I know, since meeting Amelia, it's been alright. But since that last time,
No episodes.
I mean, not that I'm aware of.
I guess that's a good point.
Yeah.
That is a pretty good point.
Yeah.
The last one I know of is the last one that was pointed out to me.
It's when
I'll
you
put it that way.
freaked out finding a random person in the
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Metolius is going to approach Rain and says, I would like to try something. And he is going to reach out and draw, make some hand gestures, some symbols in the air, and then he is going to place his hand on Rain's forehead, and he is going to cast Remove Curse.
Ooh.
And
Neat.
there's a flash of, or my hands begin, Metolius's hands begin to glow with a silvery light, and it's like a pulse that flows over Rain's body, purging any curses
Word.
she may have.
Do I feel any different?
Do I feel it do anything?
I would say you don't feel any different, but also
I don't have a sudden recollection of anything I previously forgot.
roll me.
As your memories come flooding back.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh
roll
God.
Me,
Do I suddenly have a huge migraine? Because, like...
Psychic
oh,
damage
wisdom
incoming.
saving throw.
Huh?
Well, roll me a wisdom saving
A
throw.
wisdom saving throw? Fuck.
You have
me.
+4. You
It's
have
like
+4 because of my aura.
It's like the
Right.
drug, the drug montage from Eternal Sunshine.
Alright.
The C-Lab one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Stimmy
yeah.
tax.
Fill me up, bitch.
Wisdom saving throw.
Marduk,
Oh, there you
Slayer,
go.
Tiamat.
23.
23.
Yeah.
Wow.
A shooting pain splits your head as memories flood in that weren't there before. Spots are filled, pieces fall into place, memories and faces join together and become cohesive. No spots left.
Red. Well, you see me, like, grab my head and, like, wince.
But you don't take any damage from that.
Yes.
I got you,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. Like, I wince
My
and maybe, like,
righteous
fall back a
auras.
little bit. And... What did you do?
Yeah, the word I spoke when I cast the spell is very much in Sylvan. So, I cast a spell that designed to remove magical curses.
I mean, well, I guess it worked.
It did? It worked?
It did.
I didn't know that would be.
I mean, yeah, and like I'm like staring off in the distance, trying to like collect everything that just happened,
Yeah.
pretty much.
I've never cast
But,
that spell before, so
I mean, I'm remembering things I didn't previously.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think it worked.
Excellent. This is good to know. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Wow. Thank you for trusting me.
Of course.
So, anything else before we move on?
Move on. How far?
Tonight.
Oh yeah, my thing won't be until after dark.
Okay.
Grim Tuck After Dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Seas of Darkator.
Grim Tuck Coast to Coast.
This is Grim Tuck After Dark.
So, as night falls, you notice that the crew continues to like pull together more and more. Casks are brought up. Tankards are also shared around, placed upon the table. Food is, eaten, being that you still have the 24 hours of Satan just laying around.
24 hours of Satan. Yes.
Welcome to the After Dark Show. 24 hours of Satan.
All hail Satan.
And you
Welcome
see
to
Amelia.
666 AM.
You see Amelia kind of come out and kind of helps everyone work through getting everything out and ready as you all continue to do your thing upon the deck. Grimtuck, what did you want to do as the night as night falls?
I am the night.
Grimtuck wouldn't be eating anything. He would just be going through and picking through various herbs that they may have, like as far as where the food is prepared.
But nothing's prepared. The only thing that's prepared is...
Oh, they weren't bringing out extra food?
No.
Oh, they were just eating the bland food.
I mean, it's got to be eaten.
Oh, Grimtuck would go find whatever makeshift kitchen they have.
Okay.
Under
The
deck.
mess.
Yeah, the mess.
And?
In bringing a small pot of water almost to a boil, he would remove at least 6 of the dried berries.
Oh,
It's like ayahuasca ceremony.
That he has brought with him since prior to ever leaving his village from the sacred.
Okay.
We're getting crunk.
I know, right? And not exactly bringing the water to a boil and having to watch it to keep it just teetering on the edge. He prepares them the best he can for what he has here. From there, he's going to at least, this would be around the time that everybody was either going to bed, or at least the only people left available would be whoever's staying up late tonight.
No,
we haven't got...
Night has just fallen.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like,
No one's going to bed. They seem to be preparing for some form of gathering.
Yeah, this is him just preparing this. It's not something that needs to happen right now. It's just...
Oh, you got to let it steep for a while.
Yep,
I
let it
see.
steep.
I
Okay.
see.
So he's basically just going to be in the kitchen for about probably an hour preparing before he comes back up.
Okay.
You have a frock on?
Right? Number
word.
1 chef.
So, as the night progresses, as Grimtuck finishes up, even Belnir finally does make an appearance. You see Silence has run downstairs and kind of kicked the old man out of his cot and brought him up. You already see a tankard in his hand, and you definitely see just the tiredness under his eyes as he's just been dealing with some heavy thoughts in the past few hours. And finally, she kind of calls everyone and goes, "You all know the drill. The veil is tomorrow. That is why we drink. We drink in case we cannot drink again, as the veil is a fickle mistress, and we don't know if we're going to make it through. So, break open the casks, fill the tankards, and drink to your heart's content. Be ready to wake up in the morning for something just as dangerous as crossing me." And she does. And everyone, all of the crew, does exactly as that. You see even the wheel now once again tied. And all of the other crew members instantly fill their tankards with the ale. And also changes the music. As a jaunty tune.
Ship party bus?
Party boat.
Party boat? Yeah, no.
Party boat.
But yeah, you see them get into it. 2-3 tankards already down within the first 10 minutes. As you can tell, this is a normal occurrence on ship. And you see her kind of come over. Silence sends over Hawk, and the Tabaxi has 4 tankards in hand, not seeing Grimtuck anywhere. He kind of passes him around and goes, "Please, make yourself at home. Grab some drink, grab some food. We have to part now, as though we may not make it through tomorrow."
Noted.
Thank you.
"Yes, of course. Is the captain's wish." And he goes off, fills up one of his own, and starts to throw him back.
Rain does as well.
Yeah, I join in.
Same.
Excellent.
Yeah, Metolius is down. Metolius is playing the lute. He's playing as many jaunty tunes as he can remember.
As this is all going down, and as everyone starts to kind of loosen up and start to enjoy themselves, Belnir does walk over to you all and you see him grab his tankard and kind of throw it up to you and goes, I may be sad over the loss of Navarre, but if it wasn't for you all, I'd probably be dead, or worse, under their control.
In chains, no
Certainly
doubt.
no longer the owner of the Iron Shield pub. So, thank you for all you've done.
Here, here.
You're here.
Hold out my tankard.
Yep.
Clink.
Clink, clink.
Clink.
And as he
Cheers.
does. I figure at that point, around that time, Grimtech comes up.
Mm-hmm. And it would take about an hour to prepare, but when it does, Grimtuck is going to drink his drink as well.
The whole cast.
Well, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Should we bio? We've been at it for like
Sure.
Yeah, I think this is a good a spot as any.
All right.
an hour and 45 minutes. So
Fade to
Perfect.
black.
Bye, Albrecht.
Yeah, bio break. We'll return shortly.
Bio Braco.
And you throw that jaunty tune back on. So, so Grimtuck, you drank your drink.
I did.
Okay. Well then, as the jaunty party goes around, let's go to you, and then we'll go back to what I was gonna say, because
Oh, Grimtuck, at least right now, he knows what he's in for, so he's not eating anything, and he's definitely not drinking anything. For sheer knowledge of the fact that it's going to come up if he does anytime within the next hour or so. So he's just going to kind of walk around and sweat a lot.
Sweat a lot.
For about the first hour.
I mean, more than he usually does.
Yeah, like it's gonna get real clammy and kind of quiet.
are you
for
gonna
a
like
minute.
rub your hands on your top of your
Yeah, and
thighs,
it's
kind
just
of,
like
sort of?
occasionally just let out like a big exhale for no reason. Just like
oh man,
like people will just be dead and then just
it's too real. It's
I
too
know.
and
I'm
then
having
just
a
like
flashback now.
real deep, like swallowing his own Adam's apple for a second and blink super hard and then come back into it. And then she's just gonna maintain
Okay.
for about the first hour or so.
So within the, as you're coming up, as you get that come up,
At some point in the wait, you came back up to
Yeah,
deck,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
At
He's
some
on-
Literally
point in
and
this
figuratively.
process,
Came back.
I would just walk up to you and like kind of pat your shoulder and be like,
Oh hey,
"You all right there, buddy?
yeah,
You doing all right?
yeah, I'm
Right.
really all right. Yeah,
Excellent. I'm glad.
feel pretty good.
Good.
Feel-
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, cheers, Rain. Hey Rain,
Yeah.
you remember that one time we totally did it?
Yes, I remember.
I also would have accepted. Rain, do you have any weed?
And
oh
just
my god, you actually do that now.
and then he just kind of nods for a second with you for an uncomfortable
Yeah,
extra nod,
I remember
and
the
then
time we
just
totally did it, Grimtuck.
fucking walks away. Mid conversation.
Good combo, buddy. Yeah.
And things are. I don't want to hijack the whole evening because this is gonna take like just check in with me once an hour.
No worries.
So much.
So, as everyone's kind of been drinking a good amount now, Silence kind of calls all of your attentions, and she goes, "So we're about to pass something very interesting. If you wanted a bit of a tour before we travel to the Vale, we will be passing in the near future what is lovingly called the Storm Beneath the Waves. So I would definitely take a look at the left side as we do."
Is there anything that we should? Is there any help that we should be providing?
No, you should be drinking. Or at least enjoying yourself as much as you need to.
I see. Okay.
Amelia's gonna walk over to the left side of the boat.
Okay.
and reach into one of her pouches and pull out a small vial with a firefly in it and kind of toss it up in the air and catch it in the loop of her staff, and a light turns on. And she casts the light cantrip.
Jesus, fuck.
And she kind of like holds her, she like holds her staff out over the edge to like illuminate the water.
You see Silence kind of just saunter over to you with the tankard in hand and go, and kind of put her hand on your staff and go, I promise you don't need that, but I appreciate the thought.
Yeah.
She just kind of shrugs.
Light
and
check.
Takes it down.
Thanks.
Grimtuck, have an ale.
I can't. I'm good.
Drink with me, Grimtuck.
I promise you that's not a good idea.
Why?
Are you feeling all right?
And Grimtuck
Why are you
sort
sweating
of
so
catches your
much?
gaze, and his eyes are just almost all pupil. Like, looking for a bit of guidance.
I can help you with that.
No,
and she's going to touch his shoulder and cast guidance on him.
Yes, please.
What does this do to me?
Oh man. Well, so as soon as the spell kind of kicks in, your eyes go even wider, and at that point you see off in the distance just this glow erupt in the midpoint of the ocean in front of you. And to you it looks like an explosion of color. Like a geyser rended from the bottom of the ocean just shoots straight into the air.
Mouth just wide open. Just slack-jawed.
Yeah.
Just whatever scene is playing out in front of me.
Word. And as it kind of breaks off and
Is anybody else seeing this, or is
splashes
this
down,
from me?
give me a sec.
No, that was more of a Grimtuck thing.
Oh. You all notice, everyone else that isn't on that same plane of existence that Grimtuck is, notice this odd glow kind of start to come into view a ways out in the ocean. This large circular glow that seems to set probably about a good 40 feet, or at least start about 40 feet under the water. But because of how dark it is out, it's cloudy, but the sun is out. Or the moon is out, high in the sky at this point. And it does give it a bit of a shine on the ocean, but even below that shine you see this glow kind of emanating out from some point far below the waves. But to Grimtuck, this glow kind of spirals up into this almost tornado-like apparition.
Whoa, here we go.
Metolius is going to come up and he's going to start speaking in Orc to Grimtuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just speak your native tongue to you and just... And he's saying, did you... Are you okay, friend?
Grimtuck will reach into his pouch and just be like, "Oh, Metolius, hold out your hand. I got something for you."
Okay.
He's gonna drop a few of the berries into Metolius' hand and be like, "Ride the snake, man." Come on, bro. Join me.
Show me how you ride the snake, Grimtuck.
That right there. Just
eat it?
I mean, it'll be a lot quicker than my ride, but yeah, just
Will it last as long as your ride?
who knows? Come on, brother. He grabs him right on the shoulder.
You just see his eyes
Just
black. And just like you see just sweat pouring from his face, and just like his smile is almost painfully wide.
That's what got me here.
Do I
gonna get us to our
recognize
next-
these berries from my time in the forest
You
at
can
all?
roll nature if you want.
I would love to roll
They
nature.
exist in pretty much one. All right.
24.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
What did you...
I rolled a 19 plus 5.
You have heard of many things that do this. These do not look familiar to you at all. You've made,
I've done things like this.
but you've known of many different things that do.
I give one. How many are there?
3.
Is that the last of them?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking.
All right, I just eat them.
Yeah.
The taste is sour, but also oddly sharp. It's not great,
All right,
but
and chase it with some ale.
okay.
Well, that's bold move.
I think I can handle it.
Just, yeah. At this point, he's just going almost nonverbal.
So, to you all, as you get closer to this odd glowing spot beneath the waves, you notice that it seems that something encircles it. Dark forms spin around it. And as you get closer, you notice that what seems to be like whales, dolphins, large sea creatures seem to be enwrapped around this glowing beacon under the ocean. And you see, unaided by things like Grimtuck or now Metolius, you see this. And Silence kind of looks over and goes, that is the storm beneath the waves. It seems to be something of a spot of great power, certainly a place of beauty. One that even I am not brave enough to venture into.
At some point,
Well, yeah, because you don't breathe underwater.
At some point,
wrong.
Grimtuck is going to make his way to the rest of the party and also offer them berries.
Okay.
If
Grimtuck, as you see this though, as you got closer, you notice that those dark shapes kind of spin into this large rising pool that you see in front of you, and you notice different again almost shadowed versions of these sea creatures kind of float amid this spiraling glow that seems to rise above the ocean floor.
Hey, what'd you say was in there?
Silence.
It's the storm beneath the waves. The creatures around it seem to just congregate.
Are they dangerous?
No.
Did you know I can breathe water?
Is that a good idea in your
I
current
mean, I could
state?
go. Look, what state?
Grimtuck, do not.
No,
It's a bad idea.
I think
I've heard of times that people sink.
You're gonna
in
have a bad
situations like
time.
this.
you think I'm gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, man. I think you're gonna have a bad time.
I don't think I can have a bad time right now. I don't think anybody's.
I think you're gonna have a better time if you stay on the boat.
Oh yeah, I gotta talk to the bear. You're probably right, bears. Yeah, I gotta talk to the bear. Okay, you're right. Bear can't find me underwater.
Metolius says in Orcish, "You are talking to the bear."
You would. You have. Nope. I know this one. Yeah.
Oh man. Good.
I like you a lot, Grimtuck. You know that.
Can we do an opposed perception versus deception check on that?
Sure.
See if you can convince me that he's
Yeah.
the bear.
Yes, please. Oh my god.
I don't know. It's not your water.
No, it's not mine. Wait, have you already offered the rest of us berries?
We're getting there.
We're getting there, okay.
Ooh.
What am I doing?
You're rolling deception to convince
Pretend
me
to
that
be
you're
the
the
bear.
bear.
Oh, okay. I wasn't planning on actually trying to deceive him. Just to mess with him a little bit, but I'll try it.
That's deception, right?
Deception?
Yeah.
9.
I got like fucking 22.
Yeah.
So I just laugh. No, you're not.
Well, I mean, not literally.
At this point, Metolius, you notice that the edges of your vision start to
Yeah.
kind of get a little bit faded.
Uh-huh.
As Metolius gets a little bit faded.
Yes.
No such thing.
Hey, Rain, come here. Come here, Elduin. Amelia, come here. Come on. I got a secret.
I kind of ignore him for a second, and I turn to Silence, and I say, do you know, has anybody tried to go down there?
Possibly. It's been here for quite a while. There's talk of ships trying and falling in, but again, as you notice, it's flat ocean, so should be no.
Falling in, like falling into the waves.
That's what has been told. I do not wish to gamble my ship on even just rumors, just in case. I do that enough trying to go through the Widow's Veil.
Interesting. And Amelia's just kind of mesmerized by it, and just, it's hard for her to take her eyes off of it.
What's the rough surface area of the ocean that is glowing and this storm beneath the waves is taking place?
The surface itself almost seems calm.
Right. I just meant like how large is it around?
Oh, it would encompass the boat by like a good 50 feet on either side. It's huge,
So it's like 100+ feet
if not a little more.
across.
Yeah.
In all directions.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
Well,
at this point,
so we pretty much passed it by now.
I mean, it's kind of going through the motions. You're like,
Okay.
you caught it a ways away, and you're probably about midway getting through.
Okay.
Does it? Oh,
no, do your thing. Mine's all nonsense.
I was just gonna ask if there was something Amelia could do to see if she might recognize what kind of power this is, or
can try to
anything
roll.
like that.
You can see Arcana if you want to see if you feel it's magical.
What about a nature check?
You can try a nature check if you want.
They're the same. That's a 3.
It is one of those natural wonders that you are
Anomalies.
unaware. At this point, Metolius, you also begin to see the glow slower, but slowly start to drift above the waves and spin
The
up.
hallucination is extending.
Oh, yes.
Metolius, Rain, come here. Come here for a second.
What's up?
Have you seen you guys notice that the pattern on Amelia's cloak is moving? It's fucking moving, guys.
You still have not offered me berries.
No,
right?
no, he's going to. Anyways, I'm sorry, guys. Here.
Making sure.
They pull out my pouch. Be like, hold out your hands. It's pretty cool, but don't just keep it low. Keep it low.
Be cool. Be cool.
cool.
Be cool.
Cool.
I do.
And then drops 3 berries into both of their hands, still trying to kind of get Amelia's attention by like pawing at her cloak a little bit in the peripheral. Whether or not she's ignoring him or not, it does not matter.
You said Metolius, I think.
Oh,
you
Metolius,
meant,
sorry.
You meant Eldwin?
No, I would say it was Elduin and Rain.
Rain. Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
What is this?
They're sacred berries from my people. That's how I saw the elk that brought me here. I figure we lack a lot of direction right now, so I made myself some tea. But then it's just a good time, so I wanted you guys to come along. I mean, I think we're gonna get it regardless, but
Sacred berries, you say?
yeah, old dwarven druid. And then the elk showed up. It was super bright, like Amelia's crystal, but like way, just.
Rain needs some. Rain needs some.
Exactly.
Metolius gulps
Metolius
his, swallows his own Adam's apple like Grimtux was earlier, and he's just big gulp, and he's just like,
Metolius,
they are quite strong.
roll me a Constitution check. Saving throw,
Metolius,
please.
yeah, that ale is not gonna agree with you.
I'm gonna use luck on that. 18.
Woo!
You feel a rise in your chest, but you're able to kind of swallow it back.
Well, I'll switch to this clean water that I summoned earlier today and hydrate.
Amelia Silence kind of looks at you and goes, from what I've been told, what the fishermen say, down below, the storm is held and keeps a beacon for something ancient. I don't even know what that means, but that's what I've heard.
Ancient? That's it? Nothing else?
I mean, it is a glowing, spiraling sea of sea life. What?
Yeah, it is.
It is. God damn it.
But these animals, they seem drawn to it, unaffected, but it can take down an entire ship.
Again, that's only hearsay. I've never seen that happen. But I'm also not willing to test it. At least not right now. Not with such precious cargo.
Don't touch it. It'll go away.
Children are precious. That's precious cargo.
Sounds just shakes her head.
Did you eat your berries, Eldon?
Elduin's gonna eat the berries.
Okay.
All right, Amelia, you're the only one holding out.
Holding out on what?
Hold out your hand. Hold it out. Come on.
Maybe you should give some to Silence too.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Pull out. I just parse out 6 berries, and then here, take 3, but don't take both 3s. Give one of the 3s to Amelia, and then you take the other 3, but don't take both.
You just see the eyes behind her mask just like dart around between everybody.
Yeah.
She just kind of like holds these berries in her hand and just like
If
looks
And
at
then Ray just
Silence.
says, we could die tomorrow.
Yeah. If you need to talk to your god, points right at him. That's the way to do it.
She throws hers right back.
Give me that old time religion.
Rain and Elduin are both sweating
And she-
profusely.
And she holds out the berries to Silence.
Sounds looks at them and goes, and looks at Grimtuck.
They're sacred to my people.
Well, that would mean that it'd be rude to not take them.
Agreed.
Excellent. She puts down the tankard.
I didn't tell the DM about any of this, by the way.
That's good.
Nope. And she kind of looks at it and throws them back.
Amelia throws hers back and like chomps them down and then washes it like down with the ale.
Oh, okay. See it.
You're gonna want to switch to water here soon.
Yeah, you have about
What? Is
50.
that gonna be an issue?
Yeah, I mean they don't. They're not good roommates.
My throat feels funny.
Oh God, what did I just do?
And you feel
You
Silence's
are
arm kind of
gonna
wrap
see
around,
your god.
wrap around your shoulders.
That would be nice.
My dear, it's more now what we just do. I believe we took a trip.
A trip on a trip.
Meta.
At this point,
Meta trip.
Metolius, you now see that same as you're getting a little past it now, but you still see the whirling spiral of lights kind of glow and grow out of the storm, and now those dark shapes kind of spin around it too, and then around you, just the ocean seems to reach almost to the edge of the stars.
Excellent.
Excellent. Tight.
And this fades right into the sky.
I try to play my lute.
Roll me a performance check with disadvantage.
God
Elduin somehow disappears.
Yeah, 17.
With
Oh,
disadvantage?
disadvantage. Sorry, I forgot to roll again. I rolled an 11 again. 17.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
They're disjointed, but definitely playing.
I mean, I play something.
A little bit more
Or
on the
I scale
psychedelic.
back the skill level to match my condition, I guess, sort of.
But you're absolutely.
Grimtuck is just sitting on the ground,
Crossbones?
cross-legged, with his eyes
Kind
closed,
of.
listening to
Chopsticks.
Metolius play, and just kind of humming to himself. Definitely took a heroic dose, so not super verbal. But
At some point, Rain sits down next to Grimtuck and kind of nudges him, like, in the shoulder and says, "Hey, Grimtuck,
Yeah.
remember that time that we totally did it?"
what? Why would she? Are we talking about that now? Whoa. We didn't say. Wow. All right. Cool. I'm cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. That was pretty cool. Oh. Yeah. Are we on a We're on a fucking ship. I love ships. Did I tell you I used to have one?
Yeah, I've heard.
It's fucking. Oh.
Eldon, where did you go?
Well, so Eldon was at the back of the ship, but he comes back around and he seems to be missing a boot.
I need to know at least, DM, from your discretion, when I would be reaching maximum efficiency on this. Because there's a crescendo.
I think we've just about hit it. And actually, at the point when we're going to kind of.
Well, there's a thing that happens at the tippy top of the mountain for me.
Okay.
So that's why.
As you reach the top and everyone starts to come up, and Silence sits down and seems to lay back and stare at the stars that seem to be rolling by in long strands of color.
At that point, you guys Grimtuck has been silent for about a half an hour, and he opens his eyes and says, "The bear's here." And at this point, you see walking up from the opposite side of the ship an ethereal 7 to 8 foot tall ghost bear.
All of you do.
Everyone fucking sees
At
it.
that same time?
Yes.
Even if we took him after you?
Yes.
Oh,
Everybody on the ship.
His is the long.
Oh, shit.
Well, everyone who took it on the ship.
This is my commune with nature.
Okay.
Spell.
Okay.
That it was
Sorry.
sitting there ritual casting while I was meditating and asleep. And
Okay. Spectral
cast
bear.
commune with nature.
So
which,
all of you think this is just what the bears
Fair.
are doing.
I am tripping balls.
I told you.
Silence looks. Do you all see a bear?
Yeah,
And
that's.
then, and then the rest of the crew chimes in, and then everyone starts talking about seeing a bear.
And,
At that point, Rain's just like, "Wait, did Grimtuck give everybody berries?"
no, this is the bear spirit. I told you guys I needed to talk to the bear. That's him. That's the bear. Hi, bear spirit.
Once he says that, Amelia turns around and just starts looking to the sky.
Do you know the elk spirit? Do you know where he is?
You just see the bear kind of. No.
You know, because he sent me here. I'm supposed to find a wife, I guess. It's hard to Anyways, thanks for making me not die all the time. I really appreciate that.
Does everyone else hear it though?
Yes.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's up to DM's discretion. I haven't thought that far into it. I'm gonna say,
Let me just check
well,
something.
I can.
I'm
You need me to
RPing by
read
the
the
seat of my
description?
pants.
Because I could read the description.
Community nature.
Well, yeah, in the sense that how it works with mine.
Well,
With the barbarian one.
Spirit
Sure, go for
Walker. Spirit Walker is the trait. Hold on.
I just want to make sure we're doing this right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got
Wouldn't
you.
wanna
Just
trip
look up
wrong.
Spirit Walker.
We don't want to trip.
You don't want to
wrong.
have a bad trip.
You need
Yeah.
to trip
DM,
as
instead of
written,
reading it out
not
loud,
as
just-
intended.
Yeah, look up Spirit Walker, and then
Trip is
I'll
Gary
let you
Gygax
take it from
intended.
there.
Yes. Spirit journey. Can we have a more trippy musical experience?
I'll do my best.
Possibly.
I don't know. This is so
I don't
jaunty.
know.
This is a bit jaunty for me. I need more stargazery.
Pink Floyd.
The first stuff was fine. That we listened
I have it right here if you want it. Pulled up.
Yeah. Is there any Feywild music? That might work.
This is great. I love this.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all are having an
I
experience
would say
together.
only you all see it, but only Grimtuck can hear it.
Okay.
All right.
I say, okay. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for... I knew this... I felt you. I'm like, I feel you, like, inside me when I'm killing stuff. And, like, feel like...
And you hear the bear kind of respond this.
You use me as an aspect of yourself.
Yeah. I mean, with yous makes it sound bad. I kind of feel like we're, like we're friends. Do I use you? Is that what I've been doing?
More, you utilize my power.
Yeah, it feels great. Feels... Oh, yeah. So you don't know that the elk?
I have a question. We hear what you say, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh my god!
100%. And Silence, I would say, is just like sitting down, kind of next to Grimtuck, and just staring at Grimtuck, who responds to the bear, who the bear's mouth moves,
Yeah.
but no words come out.
Grimtuck is just holding his own beard while talking. And,
Just stroking it.
oh,
Just,
yeah. So, I knew that if I thought, like, if I took myself back there, that I'd be able to... I thought I was trying to commune with the elk, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, like, wake you up if you were sleeping or something. But, so the elk, he gave me a lot of info. Is there a... Fuck, now I'm embarrassed. Because I don't know what to ask to talk about. I was trying to talk to him, but you don't know him. What can you tell me, Bear Spirit? Great Bear Spirit. Yeah, that's great. Sorry, the druid, he would be mad. Great Bear Spirit, loudly, like obnoxiously loud. What wisdom do you have for me and my friends?
Be strong. Stay upon this path. Fight for the good of this land.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Yeah, we could do that. All right, well...
Find the whispering ones upon the mountain.
A whispering one on a mountain? All right. You guys hear that? We're supposed to find a whispering one on a mountain.
Well, we didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that?
We haven't heard... We've heard you.
This is the... Just point.
Yeah, I
This
see
is-
it.
I mean...
But we can't hear it.
Sorry. Anyways, thank you, mighty bear spirit. I will call on you in times that I need your bear wisdom or bear strength. I don't know how this works.
Berries, get it?
I go. Just looks at Majolius. This is a bear laugh.
Right?
The bear does not.
Does the bear like my joke?
The bear kind of sits, and just you see him just like kind of scratch.
Elduin is like sneaking up on behind the bear, trying to pet it,
Your hand goes straight through it.
and I just like, and like wide-eyed look at my hand.
And the bear kind of just starts walking through the crowd and then walks straight through Grimtuck. And as his head would push out the back, he kind of disappears as the rest of his body just enters into Grimtuck.
All right. It worked, guys. We did it. I talked to the bear.
Could you warn us next time you're going to bring a bear aboard?
Immediately vomits. Throws up just. Oh. Right in his lap. Oh. I mean, you guys are going to be there in about an hour. So, I don't know if you have some buckets or something. Oh, it almost gets more hardcore when you throw up. I'm going to go... That was a lot. I'm going to go up into the crow's nest. I'm going to go up to the crow's nest. I'm going up into the crow's nest, guys. I'm sorry, Silence, about throwing up on your ship. I'll get that in the morning. And he just get up, covered in my own vomit, and go to the crow's nest, or try my best.
Elduin, can you clean him up at least? Whoa, Rain, look at that star.
Clean. Clean what?
He just puked on himself.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I can't handle that we all went into these really stoner voices. It's like, sorry, continue.
Just, whoa, hold still. And the vomit turns blue.
Oh, that's not bad. It's pretty cool.
Shit.
Really, he just made the vomit taste better.
But he could eat it back. It is blade. It's just it's seitan.
Yeah, it's bland. It's bland.
And then
berries,
I'll take a second stab at it, and it will actually go away this time.
Oh, I was just gonna go jump in the ocean, but I totally said I shouldn't. But then I said I had to find the bear. But then I remember bears can swim.
So what? I was looking down at my bare toes.
Nice.
I get it. Good one. I get it.
As you're all sitting there in this kind of collective consciousness,
Amelia is on the opposite side of the ship.
as this all is flowing over you in this collective consciousness.
No, the whole time that was happening, like the second he started talking to the thing, Amelia wandered.
The fuck out of here.
She turns her head to the sky and starts like searching the sky, and then goes to the back of the ship and is staring at the storm under the waves, looking all over the sky above it.
Then Amelia is the only one who sees this.
Ooh.
But as this kind of spiral, as it all kind of flows over you, and you see that same spiral that Grimtuck and Metolius and kind of everyone came to see, you notice that it kind of grows, as you stare at it more, it grows thicker and spins into this odd cone, and then starts to kind of rain down in almost like a waterfall pattern. And just before it's out of sight, you swear you see the waterfall part, and these two glowing eyes stare back at you. And then it's too far away to see anymore.
What do they look like?
The eyes? Just a bright, brilliant green.
Do they seem familiar? Okay. She just starts to pace back and forth at the back of the boat, just like still like just looking into the sky, and she starts to mutter to herself, "Where is it? Where is it?"
And then in front of your eyes, a red feather falls to your feet. But you look around and see nothing around you.
She reaches down and tries to pick it up.
You seem to touch it. It's there.
Score, free Phoenix down. Crown score.
Suddenly she's a lot more calm, and she like takes the feather and like kind of like caresses it like against her cheek, and just sits down where she's at and like pulls up her hood and just like holds it.
Right next to Elduin doing the same with his boot. Kidding.
As this all kind of flows through the night, as you've all at one point or other puked either simultaneously together or in your own separate times. And as the drink and partying has stayed and slowed, the night ends and the day once again begins. Your rest is good. You have no dreams. And it lets you sleep probably about by 2 o'clock.
Great. Damn.
Sweet. Wake up in the crow's nest. Just a pile of limbs hanging out of this crow's nest. Covered in vomit.
No?
Oh,
No?
new vomit, I'm sure.
Okay.
Not as much.
Not blue.
No.
Does anyone do anything? Would anyone have gone anywhere other than their bed?
What's the come down like?
It's not bad at all. You feel very cleaned out.
Repeat this.
Yeah, you feel very cleaned out. You vomited anything in your system that was there, so you're hungry, but you're hungry for like healthier food, clear water, and there's mental clarity.
Amelia would be on her railing on the back of the boat, still clutching that feather.
Okay. Yeah, you wake up feeling rested, if not a little cold. No sleep. No rest.
Nope.
Well, you feel cold, but only because you've been out all night.
Oh, man. Not sleeping after tripping. That sounds awful.
I would say,
That sounds terrible.
despite the fact that Grimtuck fell asleep in the crow's nest, I would have gone to sleep in Grimtuck's bed.
It's fair.
I somehow managed to get back to my bed, but I woke up in the morning and still can't find my boot.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
You're on a ship. It's so gone.
Before the trip ends the night before, Metolius wants to ask Rain one question.
Yeah.
Did you say that you slept with Grimtuck?
It's out there now. Oh, or not.
And this is while we're still tripping, like
Yeah.
the night before.
Yeah.
Got it. I mean, yeah, that happened.
Okay, cool.
Not gonna lie.
Good for you.
Thanks. Good for you.
Oh. Good RP, guys.
Yep.
No real life experience there. Good RP.
Yep. It's
Oh,
true.
yeah. Really pulling from real life there.
Yeah. Well.
It won't be until the morning that Rain realizes that now other people know she slept with Grimtuck.
To good times. That's what Metolius says.
To good times.
So, as the night progresses into the day, everyone finds their way to some form of rest or to the back of the boat with a feather.
The back of the boat. Metolius
The sun breaks over the waves.
Metolius finds his way back to his bed, I
Oh,
would
sorry.
guess.
Sick.
Cool.
Yeah. As the sun breaks and the morning comes, you notice that the crew is up much earlier than all of you, even with the reasonably nice come down. It still takes a little bit of time for you to all kind of make your way back to the ship, and you actually smell the scent of actual cooked foods like meats, eggs, that kind of thing. Seemingly, whoever is the chef of the group seemingly has cooked breakfast as it is customary, and brought it out upon the table of time. You hear Belnir kind of call out and goes, "Come on, you lazy slugs. Let's get up, eat some breakfast. We got things to do today."
Are you talking? Oh, wait, are we the slugs?
You're up in the crow's nest.
Yeah.
He ain't talking to you.
Fair.
He's basically talking to these three.
Ah.
Wait, he's talking to us about doing so?
Waking up. He woke up
Oh, got it. Oh,
Oh, you don't. Do you sleep?
I trance.
Yeah.
first. But do you sleep after that?
I don't know. We're in uncharted waters here.
Well, I think
That
that's
might be DM's discretion.
I think it's
actually.
DM's discretion, or I can
or-
roll a die.
that will be character discretion.
Oh.
You can roll if you want, or you can choose. Does Elduin, after tripping fucking balls, actually sleep?
Yes, for like 30 minutes, and
Sure.
then afterwards I trance, and I wake up in the morning confused as hell as to what sleeping was.
Sure. What the fuck did I just do? It feels gross.
I was
I
like,
don't like it.
I was blacked out for a second. And then there were visions, and I wasn't in control of them, and it was Weird.
So yes, Velnir does rib you all to get up and come have breakfast. And as you do, you see Silence manning the helm. Obviously, kind of a kind of cocked eye and definitely a hand to the head. Well, that was interesting. Good morning, all.
Morning.
Grimtuck would have climbed down from the crow's nest at this point.
What the hell were you doing up there?
I guess I was trying to get closer to the stars. I don't really know what the logic was. I'm kind of sunburned.
Drink some of this water.
Yes, all of it. Whatever water is put in front of him, will chug as much as he can.
I'd like you all to roll a perception check, hearing specifically.
A hearing perception.
A hearing
I
perception.
think this is my first roll of the night.
Is it?
I don't know. Oh,
15 for Rain.
13 for Grimtuck.
23 for Metolius.
no.
10
I
for
just-
Amelia.
Sorry, accidentally closed the program instead of. 10.
10. So everyone over the course of the time where like breakfast is had. Amelia, are you still just at the back of the ship? What are you
Oh, yeah.
doing? Okay, you're just there.
Mm-hmm. She's still just like coddling that feather.
Word. The sounds of splashing around the ship seems to be very audible to all of you. And you definitely you see a burst of some kind, like the spout of a whale, just come over the side, just about 30, 40 feet off. And she goes, Silence goes, if you get a chance and you aren't going to throw up over the side, you'll definitely see that as we get closer and closer, more of that sea life that we saw last night finds its way to be active around here. The Vale is a place that has lots of food in abundance for them.
It's gorgeous.
It is.
Indeed.
And then, I'd also like you to roll a smell perception for me.
Smell?
Smell.
Natural 1.
2 for Rain.
Natural 20.
Amelia got a 10 again.
As
8.
a 25 total.
Before anyone else, Metolius, there's something weird on the wind that catches your nose. A sweetness to the air. One that I think you would have recognized. One that smells of something like a battlefield after the battle.
Sweet battlefield.
A briny take on that smell.
A bit of it. It doesn't take very long, probably about 10-15 minutes more, and you all start to take this kind of sweet, briny scent into your nose.
Is that a smell Amelia would have recognized?
Probably. I don't think it'd be something outside of the realm of your knowledge.
Smells of death. The wind.
Yes, I smell it now too.
Is it coming from you not wearing a boot?
No, I am very clean, thank you.
Wow.
I don't know where my boot is.
Amelia, why does it smell like this?
As we get closer, you'll see.
Are we coming up on the rocks?
We're close. We're about a few hours out, but the scent is pretty unbearable if you get too close.
The scent of what? Well, I mean, death, obviously, but what?
The scent of trophies. We're coming up upon an area that's not only dangerous because of the formations and how the currents flow. But a creature has taken it to be its home. One that I'm hoping, beyond hope, lets us pass without worry.
I start to reach for my bow.
We're still a ways out, but it's definitely not a bad idea to be prepared. This creature enjoys leaving its food out in the sun to cook, specifically upon the rocks and the wrecks, and anywhere else where it has a bit of sharpness or a form of a spire to stick it upon.
Is it intelligent?
I would not say that it's...
Can he speak with it?
No. It is not one you would be able to talk to, though it may understand you. It's certainly not going to converse with you. It is called the Shrike.
The
How-
Shrike.
How do you get past it usually?
Do I know anything about it?
You can roll a nature check.
Probably not. 10.
You do not.
Cool.
This monstrous bird-like creature, it seems to rule over this area, and I usually am able to pass without it noticing. I try to travel during its post its feedings. We have a general idea of its feeding times, but the problem is our departure from Morbeach was expedited. It was a necessity. It was not a plan. We have a possibility of it being out and about, and if so, we're going to have problems on our hands.
Alright. Do we have any more of that bland food?
No, it actually, by this point in the day, would be spoiled.
By this point, I would say if it had spoiled, they would have already started throwing it off
Yeah.
the side.
And I did not prepare it today, so...
Alright, let's find some breakfast in that case if we have to kill something.
There's breakfast laid out on the table.
Oh, nice. Alright. Well, then, yeah, I'm gonna sit
Eat
down.
that.
Yeah, Rain eats a lot
Yeah,
for breakfast.
Grimtuck too.
Sure.
He has an empty stomach.
After hearing the explanation of what's going on, Amelia's gonna walk over and join everybody at the table.
Okay.
But as she approaches, there's this kind of like quick, like white flash in her eyes, and all you guys gain 15 temporary hit points.
Whoa!
Heck yeah.
Boom.
That's like the first
Fucking
time.
rad.
Temp. Good damn.
She kind of looks at you all and goes, "Have you heard of the monsters, Peritons?"
What I have.
I think.
Periton, yes.
We've
Yes, the
fought some
winged
of them.
beast.
Do we
So-
feel aided, Amelia?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Interesting, okay.
So, the Shrike is something like a Periton, just so much larger.
Oh, it was all of us, yeah. Okay.
Do you know when it's left its lair, or?
It is surprisingly cunning for how large it is. We have a decent chance of being able to spot it, but if it keeps itself hidden until ready to strike, we are.
Do you know what type of a creature it is?
It seems to be as
A monstrous
Periton.
Periton.
Periton of unusual size.
But is it like a? It's like a elemental, or?
Are you
beast?
asking out of game then, or out
Well,
of character?
I'm asking her for some type of a classification. If
We
It's a
fought them on the
beast.
mountain.
It's a beast of a flying variety.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Sorry, I was still thinking about the Shrike. Yeah.
It is the Shrike.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So you've made this trip before, and it presumably did not attack you then?
No, again, every time I do, I have to plan it very, directly.
All right.
So I know that I'm not going to be out during its hunting time.
Grimtuck
I see.
stands up from the table. He's like, "Oh, it's early in the morning, and I'm about to go annoy somebody. Excuse me." And he walks to his front position in the front of the boat, and again, Ritual casts the same spell from last night, Commune with Nature.
Okay.
And upon arrival of the bear,
Once again, you all notice the bear strolls into your view.
Great Spirit Bear. Sorry about last night.
Somebody put berries in the food.
Wait, you can just call on them anytime?
Hold on. I only have a minute. Great Bear Spirit. I know
Yes.
the wisdom that you provided last night in my mind, which was really, that was neat, by the way. Thank you. I know that I can seek out or gain knowledge of prevalent animals in the area. I'm searching for one in particular.
Okay.
Can you tell me any information of it? And it does work within 3 miles.
In 3 miles?
Mm-hmm. Gives me knowledge of the land within 3 miles of you. In caves and other natural underground settings, the radius is limited to 300 feet. And I can ask 3 questions, 3 facts of my choice from this list.
Okay.
And so I'm asking first about the prevalent animals to try to ask about that creature.
All prevalent animals in the area seems to be a clutch of peritons, including this large variety of one.
Mm-hmm.
There also seems to be a wide variety of sea creatures of many different varieties.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know specific to this creature anything about.
It doesn't tell you that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
You can ask if it's celestial, fey, fiend, or elemental.
Well, it says it gives me knowledge of the land, and so it doesn't. It says I can instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of my choice.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how much that gives you, like as far as those facts. Like,
within a 3 mile radius, it tells you that there are.
Oh, it just pings and lets me know.
Well,
like,
more so the bear lets you know that there are multiple nests
Oh,
in
okay.
the area. It's not about the creature, but it's prevalent creatures in the area.
Okay. I guess I'll just go ahead and throw out also influence from other planes of existence. And let's go with, just for fun, just an overview of terrain and bodies of water to see if there's any.
There is no other plane of existence in the area. But terrain sits at high spires of stone, rocky outcroppings, deep caves within the uppermost points, and ocean all around.
Alright. Thank you, Bear Spirit. And then I will end the effect.
Okay.
Get up and be like, yeah, I guess it didn't really tell me more than what you already knew. It's there. I'm still figuring out my relationship with the Bear Spirit.
It lets you know that in this very specific area, there are many nests.
Oh yeah, I'll let him know that part.
I'd say that would be something you didn't know.
Okay. Well, yeah, I relay everything to them.
I'll send Teak up to just sort of fly along above the boat, high up, and keep
Okay.
an eye out on things.
Are you gonna look through his eyes?
No, I'll just have him ping me if he spies large flying creatures
Okay.
or large creatures of any variety.
So, as you continue forward,
Wait, but wait, you can just talk to your
Oh, yeah,
god
sorry.
at any moment?
I don't know if it's God. It's my sort of spiritual guardians. I don't think they're gods. They're more like that whirlpool back there, or like a raging fire, or like a lightning bolt.
Last evening, you specifically told me I could speak to my god.
I was saying if anything could help, it would be those. I mean, these berries and a very personal ritual to my people is what sent me on this quest. I wouldn't quite say it's the berries, but they placed me in contact with otherworldly beings, and last night I gained the ability to speak with the very spirit that is keeping me alive. Somewhere in the back of my mind I can speak with the eagle spirit as well, but I haven't tried yet. Sorry, I didn't know that was for certain. I was really fucking high. So I was kind of, I felt it last
You see
night.
that Amelia's like visibly a little frustrated.
I mean, it's what it felt like at the time, and it worked for me. If it's like I do a bunch of push-ups, I get stronger, then I'm going to tell you to do a bunch, but maybe it doesn't work the same for you.
Dungeon Master, did I feel anything akin to a more open connection with my deities during the trip? I didn't expressly do anything, to be fair, but did I feel more receptive, or did it feel more?
You all felt more connected together, which
as a group,
which could easily lead you to believe that maybe that you could have talked more to something a little farther.
I felt a bit more open to the universe at large last night, to be honest, Amelia. So I think that there's merit to what Grimtalk is saying.
Did you experience nothing akin to reaching out to your deity?
You have the other feather. Is the other feather on you?
She's holding it.
Yeah, what's it?
What about that? Where did that come from?
And I hold it up. Is it still actually there?
Yeah.
I found it on the deck last night.
Does it match the other feathers on the?
Well, that's that's your god. Saying something
it's
to
not.
you.
This is not my god. As she holds it up and kind of shakes it.
It's not?
I don't know who they are. I need to speak with them. I need to find them.
The bear spirit doesn't give me the
And
answers
she kind of
I always ask.
shakes a little.
I mean,
All in good time. If we have patience, then I have confidence we'll find what you're looking for. I understand it's hard.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
I'm saying we'll find out what we need to look for in due time. I have faith in that.
I hope so.
I didn't find what I was looking for. I was looking for the elk spirit, but I found the bear spirit. Well, maybe it's just not perfect. You just kind of take a shot and do your best.
Maybe. And she turns around defeated and goes to find a seat by herself.
Okay. The ship continues forward, and ahead of you all, out from the ocean itself, these rocky spires seem to rise high above you. Just at the edge of your vision, you notice odd, bulbous shapes almost stuck upon them. And getting a little closer, that scent kind of grows in your nose. The sour sweetness of rot seems to kind of permeate the area. And then before you, as you all hear silence kind of calling out to her crew to batten the hatches and get everything prepared, you see what sets the Widow's Veil apart to be this area of death, as all across the stone around you, dolphins, sharks, even a whale and humanoids are impaled upon these rocky outcroppings.
Ooh.
Below, from what seems to be shipwrecks, these masts stick out of the ocean itself, and on them, creatures are just run through. Bodies now rot and almost falling to pieces lay upon them. And as everyone gets to their place and readies themselves for the trip between the veil, that is what I'm going to call ours.
All right.
Okay.
And we're back. Hey guys, Chris here. Welcome to Act 2 of the Swordcast Adventures. We're so excited to bring this to you and have been waiting on bated breath to finally get this going. This first episode was a blast and we cannot wait to get more out to you. So for that point, we'd love it if you did all the podcast things. Like, comment, subscribe to our channels, favorite us, follow us, and give us a 5-star review on iTunes. It really gets us out there in the people's vision and helps the podcast out a lot. Also, check out our socials at Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at /TheSwordcast. You should check out our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/SwordcastAdventures, where Justin Dixon or Amelia DMs Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and it has been a wild ride so far and will be as we go. You can always find the backlog of those videos on our YouTube channel. Just type in Swordcast Adventures in the search bar and you'll definitely find us. You can also find all of our episodes there too. Hey, if you like what you heard and would like to help support us, also, if you liked that little bonus content you got on our hiatus and like to hear more of the story of the Tomb of Annihilation, check out our Patreon page where we just updated all of our Patreon tiers. So now, at $5, you get access to all of the Swordcast extra bits where Matt or Metolius DMs the Tomb of Annihilation, as well as a little short stint of me DMing the Curse of Strahd campaign for a couple of the folks. It was really fun, but let's just say it was short-lived. Ooh, also, don't forget to check Justin Dixon's new podcast, Help Action, where he and a bunch of DMs answer your questions about D&D. And my god, is it fucking hilarious. Check it out anywhere you can find podcasts. And let them know the Swordcast Adventures sent you. Otherwise, guys, for now, I will say goodbye. Thank you so much for listening, and don't worry, you'll be hearing from us soon. Bye-bye.